Hello everybody, thanks for joining me again today. This is Crafty Phoebe. We're going to make another scrapbook layout using Stampin' Up! Products. Today we have the newer in colors, which are Parakeet Party, Starry Sky, and Sweet Sorbet. I'm going to use some of the DSP that came with that new introduction of those colors. And I have the stamp sets right here. I am going to scrap a stamp camp get-together that we had last year in April. And I've already stamped the title of the page right here. I'm going to fussy cut that out. I have 3 portrait photos and 1 landscape that I have trimmed down to 4x3. And we are going to use some sentiments from Soft Succulents, rather Simply Succulents stamp set. And that's a little sentiment there. You make the ordinary extraordinary. I have the die from Tasteful Labels. That's going to be right there. I'm going to make a little cup with crafty items in there. We're going to have scissors from another stamp set. I'm going to use my mason jar punch to make a little mason jar here with a few crafty items, a pair of scissors, and pens and a brush with some little flowers there. Just a little artsy element. And we're going to use some of this paper for borders and embellishments. Let's get started. I want to trim my photos down just a little bit, maybe 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. Instead of 4x6, we make them 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. We'll have a nice space for mat around it. It just frames the photos better. I want to use a wide border below the photos, and I'm going to stamp on the DSP. So let's take about an inch, let's say 1 3/4. So I'm going to use my Starry Sky on this paper and create a more vivid pattern with stamping. So we're going to bring in our stamping mat and a sheet of scratch paper. So we're going to stamp this little scissor here and there. We're also going to stamp a sentiment that says, eat, craft, sleep, repeat. I think I'll do the larger sentiment first, so it's easier to make space for the smaller. We're going to use Starry Sky. And we'll start off the page to make it look like it's a larger piece of paper. Let me get another block for the scissors. And then we can fill in with something else, like maybe a little heart or a little bit of dottage. Let's make this scissor obvious that it's a scissor. And right here. Okay, we may fill in little tiny spots here and there, but that looks cute already. Okay, I have finished stamping my little pattern paper. I found a stamp that says I love stamping, and that comes from a retired set called Apron of Love. And I've also trimmed a piece of Starry Sky to add as an accent below the photos here. I have punched my mason jar with Sweet Sorbet. And I am going to start stamping a piece that's going to go sit inside of my jar, and I'm going to fussy cut around it. So I want to have a pair of scissors, and I'm going to use Sweet Sorbet for that. So again, this is going to sit inside the mason jar. They're all going to be more or less from here, or what look like pencils. So this is the straw from Jar of Flowers, and I'll make a Starry Skies pencil. Let's fussy cut that and see if we can get something that looks like it's coming out of the mason jar. Okay, I've added a little tag at the top. I've put a nice little sentiment over here with another pair of scissors. I have completed my little cup full of crafting items and added a couple of tags and sentiments on the bottom. And there is my layout. Please take a look at other layouts I have made recently with Stampin' Up! Products. And thanks for joining me today.